Hey everyone, Cannibal here. Today I'm going to take you through HP. What I'm going to do is tell you a little bit about where to get it. We talked before about why HP is so important. It's really the resilience that you have when you go into battle. So attack is like the force, and HP is like how hard you are, how healthy you are going into that battle. And we also talked a little bit before about how most YouTube channels and people that you talk to in the game will tell you how important attack is and improving your attack stats, but they sort of de-emphasize HP a little bit. It's sort of seen as a second-class citizen. And that, I think, is the wrong way to look at HP. There's more and more evidence as we look at the battles done in the game that HP is as important as attack in a lot of cases. So it's really important, and it's important to know where you can get it. There's a lot of places in the game where it can be found. I'm going to take you through some of that right now, and hopefully you'll find this useful. All right. So let's go to the first area. Obviously, research. Research is the first place that you're going to go to get all your HP stats. In the military tree, anything that says health and durability for siege, but health is the key word here. And these infantry health boosts are going to improve your HP. Same thing with army health. So as you noticed, the health on this tree was infantry, siege, cav, and range, and then you've got army, which affects all of them. So army is really the one you really want, but it's very scarce. So get them both obviously, but the more you can improve your army health, the better. So anywhere you see army health, really go for that. In particular, what you're going to find is when you're doing wonder rallies, anything like that, army health is really important because you're doing mixed rallies. And when you're doing mixed rallies, you're going to want to have the HP spread across all of your different troop types. Then there's army leadership, and again, the army health is a big one. Is a big one here. And then you get into the familiars, and the familiars will, when a familiar is in play, they can give you some HP, and you can get some boosts from that on the familiar battles tree on your research. In Sigils, you can do the same. So there's some HP to be unlocked here. I should mention along the way here that HP goes hand in hand with the attack and defense in most of the research trees, in a lot of the gear, and everything I'm going to show you, they tend to go hand in hand. So everywhere where I'm showing you you can improve your HP, usually there's a corresponding attack boost that can be had as well. So apply this to some of your other research that you're doing. In the Wonder Battles, so you can have some of the HP is specific to Wonder Battles and will only apply there. But if you are doing WoW, participating in those sort of things and running rallies against Wonders, you're going to want to have those research as well. Uh, and same thing with the gear. So in this case, durability and health, the health 2 that you got from I think the military tree, you're now getting here in the gear tree. And then advanced wonder battles. And in this case, the interesting thing here is that these boosts don't only apply to wonder rallies, they will apply to everything. So it's worth getting these even if you aren't doing wonder battles. And the same thing here. These will say wonder on them. So those are only wonder specific when it comes to the durability boosts that you find there, unlike the other ones I just showed you. Okay, now let's talk about gear. Now, there's a lot of gear that are gonna show you the HP. I'll point out a few really key ones. If you do the sort and you do army max HP, then you can see some of these. Now, if you're doing free to play, um, you're gonna see some of these HP are going to be there, but they're going to be fairly low. This is an area where champ gear really comes into play. So you'll notice obviously champ gear everybody wants it for how good it is at attack, but I think in some ways it's even better at providing you HP, and the Champion Helm is a great example of that. You can get a good helmet, if you've got the Bumble Helm or something like that, that's good attack stats, but getting 49% max HP out of your helmet, that's pretty amazing. And that if you can do that, it's worth doing it. But free to play as well. I mean, look at the winter mitts. The winter mitts, you wonder why everybody's got those in their mix set, and the answer is that 35% Army Max HP there on the bottom when they go to full mythic. That's a huge amount of HP and something that everybody should want in their mix set. Again, because if you're running mixed, you're cutting across a lot of troop types, and you want to have that HP apply to all of them. Okay, and then things like the blight ring, a great HP stat from that, and then the champion gear on the accessories. Now this is where the Titan rally leaders that are holding bases and going to barons and paladin and all that, and holding these rallies. Uh, this is where the champion accessories really come in. They've all got the champion accessories because that 35% max HP is just it's a killer. It really helps them hold those forts. Okay, now take a look at jewels. There's three kind of categories of there's three jewels for one for each of the main attacks that you're going to do, not counting siege, and then there's one other jewel. So for the three infantry, you've got this jewel, the Trojan jewel, that's going to give you the 15% infantry max HP. A lot of people like to jewel their gear to be the attack. The two attack jewels and then the HP jewel, and that's a good kind of practice for jeweling your gear for attacking other castles. Then the range, you got the Grim jewel, same thing, and then you've got Saber jewel for Cav. But if you're doing mixed rallies and you're trying to hold forts and all of that, that's where you got to have champion jewels, and that one is 15%, but it's across all of your army types. And so for mixed sets, having a lot of champion jewels makes a huge difference. Of course, what does that mean? Well, you got to spend a lot of money on champion gear to get all of these champ jewels, and it takes a long time. So this is one of the areas where you're gonna have to wait a while to get really hardened on the army max HP if you don't have a lot of champion jewels. Okay, familiars. So there's a lot of familiars that will give you HP in their skill sets. So here's an example. It's a P5 familiar, Huey the bunny. He'll give you 10% max HP, army max HP. So that's a great skill to have maxed out. Notice that it's permanent effect, so it activates when he's hired. He's going to give you that just by hanging around in your set. And there's a few of them like that will give you this. Some of them will give it to you only in Fury. Some of it will give you it all the time, and that's an important factor as well. But yeah, go through all of these familiars and look for HP there, and you're going to find a few of them that will give you the army HP. And then you'll get a few of them like this one that will give you the individual HP for a particular troop type, in this case infantry, and those are obviously worth doing as well. So there's for all the troop types, you're going to find something that'll give you a boost for that for HP for that, and then you're going to find some of the army HP as well. Heroes. Okay, so the heroes, a lot of the heroes will have HP. In this case, if you just hire this guy and do nothing else, he's going to give you a 0.5% of cavalry HP. And what you'll notice here is that these are passive stats. So it's got this little symbol for the castle. This always looks to me like the Disney castle, but it's got the castle here, and that means that that you get it all the time. So it doesn't. This guy doesn't need to be in your march for you to get that 0.5%, and that will go up to 10% if you max him out. So 10% more cavalry HP, and that goes against your base stats for your entire for everything. That's great. So imagine getting several leaders like that. This is where the big guys, when they've got a lot of these pay for play leaders, this is how they get such great base stats. They hire all these heroes, and they get 10% here, 10% there. That makes a huge difference. So this is an example of that. And then there's some heroes like my friend here, Watcher, who will give you the HP army HP 25% in this case, but he has to be in your march for that to happen. So it only happens when you're in battle with him. Okay, Verge cards, and I mentioned this before. There's another video on why you should be maxing out your Verge, and you should be trying to get all of the cards. This is another example here. Hey, this is free, right? You can go and you can do all of these Verge cards, max them out, go through all the little battles. I know it's a pain, and I know that it gets repetitive, and it's kind of a junky game and a game kind of thing, and some people hate it, but it's worth doing because you can get some good stats out of this. In particular, good attack stats, but also good HP by just going through all of these and getting through all of the Verge levels. So take a look at that, just do it, and the beauty of it is it's free. There's no paying to make that happen. You just got to put your time in to get through all the levels. Artifacts. Obviously, artifacts are a huge one. When they brought this out, I was amazed by how fast I could build up a bunch of HP and attack stats just out of a small amount of investment, if any, in the beginning, and you'll get just a huge jump in your stats, including HP, and a lot of these artifacts will have HP in them. Although the interesting thing here is that although a lot of them have HP, none of them have army HP. It's all individual attacks at the moment. That's not to say that they won't release other artifacts that have army HP, but I've not seen any yet. And then there's castle skins. Again, this is a really good area. This is why a lot of the base stats for a lot of players will be so strong. Is they're investing in their castle skins and maxing their stars out. Because just look at this one. That's getting to 5 stars gets you 10% cavalry HP, and that's a base stat. So you don't have to be in fury. You don't have to have your leader involved. Anything like that. You just get that 10% if you've maxed that castle skin out. That's why you see so many people focused on getting a lot of stars on their castle skins, because you get that boost whatever you do, and there's very few things in the game that will give you that base stat kind of boost. So that's one of them. And then last but not least is the altar, and where I showed you just now, 1 or 2%, you're always trying to eke out the best you can get, 5% here, 10% there. What does the altar give you? Boom, 38%. 38% just by keeping your altar full and executing a few of your enemies will give you a 38% army max HP boost. That's huge. If you're serious about the game and you're serious about war activities, you're going to need that. So yeah, take care of your altar. Keep it replenished. Well, that's it for me today. I hope all of that makes sense, gives you some ideas where you can go to get more HP. And until next time, see you later.